Global fashion chain Zara has been served with a legal letter from South African design house Maxhosa. The basis of the complaint is socks which appear to look like Maxhosa socks without the designer's permission. The owner of that brand, Laduma, joins me in studio now. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. You've said you served Zara with papers a while ago. Take us through that process.
I and my lawyer issued a letter to Zara, South Africa, regarding a case of copyright infringement under the Copyright Act 98. We found out about the case on the 2nd of April. I was in Lagos at that time, and we investigated and realized that they were distributing the socks in America and the UK and here in South Africa as well. So we felt that we needed to escalate the case and make sure that we stand our ground with the demands that we want, and make sure that we let the public know as well, because they are coming with the product at half the price margin that we're selling at.
Have you copyrighted your designs, the diamond patterns and the color schemes that you use?
I copyrighted the basic designs when I started my brand, when I was still at the Nelson Mandela University in 2010. Those were innovative designs that I keep on modifying every season. So the basis of the designs are copyright protected. In actual sense, legally, each and every design that we produce and publish publicly are, by virtue of the law, copyright of Maxhosa.
I'm trying to understand, obviously there is a very large similarity. If you didn't see the Zara label, you would think that those are Maxhosa socks.
Exactly.
And there's been a massive blowback from the public. But on the other hand, there's people who are saying that Pringle also uses diamonds. Should they not be serving you with letters for copyright infringement because of that similarity of that design?
According to law, right, as people say, there's nothing new under the sun. According to the law, a combination of ideas is virtually a new idea. So someone can sample a song from there and there on, and then come up with a new design. Technically, what you see there is a combination of zigzags, of a diamond, and the colors that are very specific to Maxhosa. So the combination of that is a Maxhosa by Laduma copyright, and therefore we are allowed by law to lay a case against anyone that infringes our work.
So this has been said to be part of Zara's business model. You're not the only designer who has complained about this, from very, very large labels complaining about the same thing. What do you think your chances of success are, seeing that other people have failed? Some
brands have failed before in the past, like the likes of Louboutin and Gucci and Balenciaga. The model that I know that Zara uses is that they take ideas off the ramp, modify them, and then they get those ideas as close as possible to the original idea that people can buy at a low margin price. But in this case, they've copied and pasted, and they didn't even change a small bit of the design that we did. So because of that, we have a case, and it doesn't matter how big or small a corporation is. As a South African citizen, as a South African company, we have rights that we can exercising, and we are using those remedies to lay a complaint against them.
Perhaps this is not directly related to the legal aspect of it, but the value on which South Africans place on design, on art specifically. There doesn't seem to be as much of a value, because something else, a narrative that's also emerging is Maxhosa is expensive, so if Zara is doing it for cheap, why shouldn't we just buy it from them?
Yes. From onset, when we came into the market, we made a statement that we are going straight into the luxury sector. And that is where I comfortably as a designer sit, because I've studied the textile, I've studied the fashion, and for me, according to my design philosophy, design integrity, I prefer to use opulent natural fibers, and therefore I do not go for synthetic fibers, because I know that they perish and they wear off in an ugly way that I wouldn't like as a consumer myself to wear. I mean, myself, when I go out shopping, even if I can't afford to buy something, I save until I'm able to purchase it, knowing that it's going to last me for at least 5 years and more.